it going? Happy Thick Thursday.
Happy Thick Thursday. Happy Thick Thursday. Happy Thick Thursday. Woo, woo.
Yes, you guys, we have a very full docket on this Thick Thursday, a thick and juicy docket to go with Thick Thursday. We are going to talk about this whole Sofia Richie situation, and I've got to say, I'm so happy that this report came out, because remember, we thought there were shenanigans with Scott and Kourtney. We were like, there are shenanigans going on, potentially, allegedly. Now we have Sofia weighing in, and I feel like anyone who thought that this might lead to a Kourtney reunion, Kourtney and I were right. It's not looking that way.
No, and I'm glad. Not because I want there to be some sort of negativity surrounding Scott and Kourtney, but I wanted them to, Scott and Sofia to do their own thing.
Exactly. Completely 1000% agree. We also have an update on Khloe and Tristan as well. There's a new promo for Keeping Up where Khloe 1000% finally confirms that she has spoken to Tristan about seriously being her sperm donor, and Kendall's reaction is all of us, and I am so happy about it. We have the clip pulled up, ready to go when that time comes for Card Dinner Tea Time. We're also talking about Kim. She spilled some tea about MJ, Grandma MJ. That's hilarious. We're also talking about Cannon and Eminem, Tekashi 6ix9ine, Blackpink. We're talking about Billie Eilish and Lil Pump, Ariana Grande, Gigi and Zayn, Miley and Cody, Cardi B and Offset. Ooh, there's a lot of drama with Cardi B and Offset. It's going to be a very busy day, a very busy
Maddison,
Thursday.
You said Lil Pump?
I did say Lil Pump.
Is Lil Pump all right?
Mm-hmm. Lil Pump's all right. He was shooting a shot at Billie Eilish in her Instagram Live, and she just, let's say, was not having it in the best way possible.
I'm not having it either, Maddison, and I like Lil Pump. I just wanted to let it be known. That's why my worried mom is off, girl. Go off.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Lil Pump was trying to wife Billie Eilish up, and she was just like, no thanks. But you have to hear it from her because it's so genuine and hilarious, and it's great.
I'm ready. I need it.
I love it so much. Let's see what's going on in the chat. We have everyone saying good morning to one another. Good morning, good morning, good morning. My audio is a little low. I don't know what to do about it. We're trying out full transparency. Yes, full transparency, you guys. We are trying out a new system. Since we were having technical difficulties with the other one, so we're trying out something new today. Don't know how to fix it on my end. Hopefully, I'll just talk louder at you guys, I guess.
Do we sound good to you? Do we sound good to you? Go, Maddison, can you hear the queen? Can you hear the queen? You know what we mean. Hey. Sorry, I didn't mean to burst out the song.
I'm dying because whenever you guys have any technical difficulties, like you and I don't even have to be like, Leo, like the T Tribe's already like, Leo's got it. Everyone calm down. Leo will take care of it. Like the T Tribe has full confidence in Leo, and I love it so much.
They let the new people know, like, listen, sometimes this happens. We have a designated hero. He doesn't always wear a cape, but listen, he helps us connect the wires together so that we can see each other.
He does. I think for Christmas, we need to get Leo a cape. We need to get Hit It Leo a cape for this time.
Absolutely. He deserves one. One that say hit it on the back in some sequence.
I agree. We also have 5, 6, 7, 8.
Miss Mika, nice to meet ya. Miss Mika, she on fleek. Miss Mika, she loves the tea, ya. And we see ya. Miss Mika, go Mika, go Mika, go Mika. Hey, happy Thick Thursday to Mika.
Happy Thick Thursday, Mika. And yes, I'm laughing at the Hollyscoop account. Someone said he's usually wearing a cape. Yes, we absolutely love Leo. You guys, I'm trying to talk louder. Hopefully it will be okay. Apparently we're having some audio issues, but you can hear me and I can hear you. So at least we can spill the tea right here.
My volume is high.
Well, some days it's a win, some days it's in the middle. We're trying our best.
Do y'all like it when I'm a little bit more delicate? Does that sound better?
Right? Kourtney loves an ASMR moment. Everybody,
do.
He'll do it. He'll do it. I love when you get your ASMR voice on, especially now that we've been working from home with like these microphones. I know that you love it.
Good morning, everyone. Sorry, that's annoying. I'm sorry, that's not what y'all clicked on this for. But yeah, I should just start the ASMR channel, ASMR Revolution, something like that.
Wait, that's actually a fantastic. Finally, a good idea. Yes, you need to do that. I think you should do that. You could. What do people do on ASMR channels? Do they eat too?
Oh,
Don't
girl,
people like?
I will sit up there and I will eat some chicken fingers. I will get the crab boil, girl. I'll be like Saweetie up there, girl. We'll get into some things on the ASMR channel, girl. You already know. I'll get the floral foam, girl, like the soaps that crack and crumble. You can hear all the good sounds that's in the chill down your spine, girl. Oh yes, my friends have put me on, so I'm ready. I have my.
I'm for it. I'm for it. I'm for it. I think we need to make this happen. I want to shout out Freaky Walrus. We love Freaky Walrus. Freaky Walrus said, listening to the morning tea while I sip a libation. Yes. She went on to say, and unpack because I just moved into a new house. You guys are getting me through. Congratulations on your new house.
Congratulations. Come on. It's the season of new beginnings. So today is where your book begins and the rest is still unwritten. It's tattooed on my back and it's very true.
Yes. I needed that actually today, Courtney. I agree. I feel like we are starting. Taurus season is here. We know that. My birthday is tomorrow. We are starting our new year. We're starting our new journey. There's rebirth happening. We are rising from the ashes, as you like to say. Yes, I can feel it. I can feel it. I can feel it. I'm so excited. So excited that Taurus season is here. Everyone beware, though, because Taurus season, we really never back down from anything. We always say everything with our whole chest. We might be a little stubborn, but we're kind of like the best friends you need.
I feel like during Taurus season, I always feel the most powerful, Maddison. So I'm just like, listen, please come correct. Only come to me with good vibes, good news, and we'll be in positive business for sure.
Yes, you're so good at spreading positivity. You're so good on your Instagram. You always uplift. You do such a good job. Such a good job. We also have Meryl. Hello, Meryl. Thank you so much. We appreciate you, Meryl.
Thanks, Meryl.
Hello. We also have MGCP, another Taurus. Then we have Bella saying, my boyfriend is a Taurus. Best sign. Yeah, I'm loving the positive Taurus vibes because sometimes, Courtney, you and I both know it's not always that positive reaction to the Taurus situation.
I know. I feel like Taurus, the Taurus boys and girls of the world, they get a lot of slander because, people say that we're stubborn. But are we really stubborn, or do we just know what we want and we're not going to stop until we have it, girl? I don't think that that's a negative.
Thank you. That's how I feel about being bossy. When people say I'm bossy, I'm like, I'm not bossy. I just know what I want. And maybe sometimes I know what you should be doing and you should just listen to me.
Listen, Maddison, sometimes the confidence can be a little bit intimidating. And so the boys and girls project.
Yes.
That ain't our problem.
Exactly. Completely agree. I also see some Geminis in the chat as well. Also, I think Hit It Leo fixed the audio, so now we're good.
Oh, you sounding good, girl.
And Katrina said that stubborn isn't always negative, so she agrees. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. So there you go.
Okay.
I'm glad that
good.
On that.
Good. Yes, we also have Gigi Bath. Happy birthday, Maddison. Work looking great. Thank you so much. My birthday is officially tomorrow. I'm trying to get in the birthday mode. I was telling Courtney yesterday, I've been struggling a little bit this birthday. It's just a lot going on, a lot of stress. So I've been trying to get my chutzpah together to be excited. And I feel like you guys are helping me kind of get out of that funk.
You got to wake up and hit us with the birthday twerk to shake off the heebie-jeebies.
Exactly.
I hate the word heebie-jeebies now, but I can't.
I love heebie-jeebies. I love that word.
Oh my God.
That word and chutzpah. Those are the only things I've contributed. And shambong. Shout out to Megan. Thank you so much. Yes, we appreciate you. Let's go ahead and pour up the tea, shall we?
Let's do it.
Pour it up.
I'm ready.
Pour it up. Pour it up. Oh, God. The most stressful part of the morning tea is happening right now.
Oh, my tea bag fell in.
I could hear the water pouring. That really was ASMR.
Ooh!
Wow! Yes!
Oh my God, Madison. Do you see Mary? I see Mary. Mary says, you both are rare. Stay confident. Thank you, Mary, and shout out to Selena Gomez.
Yes,
Ouch.
thank you, Mary. That means so much. If Courtney and I can be considered rare like Selena Gomez, you know
I'm
that it's a
literally
good
dead.
day because that is a very big compliment.
What are you
Very,
drinking today,
very big compliment.
Madison?
Oh, I have my coffee here. I needed a little extra caffeine. Sorry, I was so nervous and I was loving your ASMR that I got distracted and I forgot that I also have something in my little Yosemite mug. Actually, it's my mom's, but whatever. I'm borrowing it for right now.
Shout out to your mom.
Yes, cheers, cheers, cheers.
Mm.
Okay, you guys, the first
Cheers,
thing we're
cheers.
kicking it off with, yes, cheers. Nick Cannon and Eminem. So, in a new interview with Billboard, Nick Cannon spoke out about his feud with Eminem. Nick Cannon discussed his response when he invited, remember when he invited Eminem to Wild 'N Out? This is after Eminem's
Yeah.
verse on Fat Joe's song Lord Above. He referenced Mariah
Hmm.
Carey. There was all this drama. Well, Nick Cannon said that he always tries to top people's energies, and that's why he retaliated so strong with his invite to Wild 'N Out. He then went on to say, quote, I always give that dude his props as an icon in hip hop. I think he knows better now. If he keeps talking about me, I'm going to keep talking back.
All of this over Mariah Carey, Madison.
Yes, that is accurate. All of this over Mariah
And all of
Carey.
this over
Mm-hmm.
Mariah Carey. Fans. I mean, I
Mm-hmm.
don't want to say fantastic. I feel like that's always like my go-to. Like, well, fantastic for them. But I mean, you cannot touch Eminem in terms of lyrical ability, maybe entertainment. Nick Cannon is a phenomenal host. He's very talented. He's a comedian. He's done so many things. Worked for Nickelodeon, which helped give him his start. Excellent. But I mean, that feud is tired. I never was really invested. I was more invested in Eminem and Mariah because we got obsessed from Mariah, at least.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, what did we all get out of the Nick Cannon and Eminem feud as fans, as people that are looking from the outside in?
No, I completely agree. I feel like whenever we've talked about these two and Nick Cannon, kind of going at Eminem, we're always like, Nick Cannon, you are a great entertainer. You did give us Well and Out. That's fantastic. But I agree with you. When it comes to music and hits and all of that good stuff that actually matters, like Eminem destroys Nick Cannon. And again, I
Yeah.
feel like this is kind of what we talked about yesterday, where like you have to have that confidence when we were talking about French Montana. Like as a
Hmm.
rapper, you should have the confidence that no matter what, you are the best.
Yes, ma'am.
However, I feel like sometimes you have to also know your lane, and it's like Nick Cannon, Eminem, no.
If Nick Cannon were a formidable rap opponent, then I think that this would be like, it would be more of a big deal. But it's like, Nick Cannon, you were the host on America's Got Talent, and this is Slim Shady, girl. Yikes.
Yes,
Yikes. That's how I feel. So,
yes, you're not wrong. I'm also seeing everyone talking about how Nick Cannon was the host of AGT, and I'm like, if that's how most people know him now, like that should go to show he should not be challenging Eminem at all.
yeah. And
Like,
think about it this way,
sorry.
Madison. That was after, for us, like for some of us, we remember Nick Cannon with the big blonde wig on and the dress and the big red shoes on like Minnie Mouse on all that with Kenan Thompson. And I feel like they both
Mm-hmm.
done well for themselves, but like, Nick, come on. Come on,
Yeah,
girl.
exactly. Fessy said, Nick Cannon, thank you. Next. Do better on something for your career and leave Eminem alone. You saying should know
Absolutely.
better by now. You should be saying that to yourself in the mirror. Fessy coming in.
Bessie, you done snatched his turban, girl. Go off. You done snatched that turban
She
right off his
really
head,
did.
girl.
Fessy is not playing around at all. But just more proof, Gabby said, my sister knows Nick Cannon from lip sync battles.
Mm,
That's the issue right there. Like Nick Cannon, if you know what I mean? People only know him from lip sync battle. People know Eminem, even regardless of age. I'm sorry, but everyone knows,
8 Mile.
his song Lose Yourself. Everyone knows
Yeah.
Lose Yourself. I don't care how old you are. You've heard it at least
I
once or
feel like
twice.
people at least know that vomit on my sweater already, mom spaghetti. At least. At
Mm-hmm.
least.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
iconic stuff.
Mm-hmm. I was going to say, because I'm the real shady and I was going to go with that one, but I feel like Lose Yourself is more universal.
Listen, both of them iconic for two different reasons, Madison. Both iconic.
Yes, thank you, thank you. We're gonna pretend like that didn't happen, so everyone just like let's move along. Let's not pretend that I tried to sing "Real Slim Shady" on the morning tea, and let's just talk about Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Okay, let's talk about Daniel.
Okay, yes. So you're not gonna like this story though. You're not gonna
I'm
be here
sure.
for it. because you don't like bad dads, and this is what we're
I
getting
don't.
into. So,
Okay.
this is a new report from TMZ. Tekashi 69's ex says that he has shown little to no interest in reconnecting with his daughter now that he's out of prison. Apparently, this isn't a big difference from how he was before, but she's still disappointed, obviously. Sources close to Tekashi told TMZ that the only reason he hasn't reached out and reconnected is because he wants to wait for coronavirus to get under control first, aka for his daughter's safety. Sources also say that Tekashi says that his baby mama has been begging to get back with him, so he's worried she's going to use his daughter as a ploy.
I don't think that he's doing anything wrong, Madison. May I tell you why?
Mm-hmm.
Now, before Tekashi got out of prison, all y'all kept saying was, he's gonna D-word as soon as he leaves. He's gonna be assassinated as soon as he gets out of prison, blah, blah, blah. Now, why would y'all want him to go to his baby mama and his baby? So they could be shot up too? That don't make sense. I don't think that's bad fathering. I think that's phenomenal fathering.
The only thing I don't like is when it says sources say that he hasn't reached out, because I'm like, okay, I feel like you should at least be trying to communicate some way. I totally understand the physical
Madison,
contact,
he was kidnapped. He was kidnapped,
I
and
know.
the people went in his house with the baby's mother and the baby. Y'all would not be hearing from me. Y'all, you know, Madison, that phones get tapped every day. We sat
That's
up
true.
there and was looking at the updates of how his phone was tapped. They had all the recordings. I wouldn't be calling my baby either for the sake of my child. I think that there's a lot more at play here than just Tekashi being a bad dad. I think that he's trying to not have his family killed. And y'all
So
said
what do you
it.
think
So
about?
I would love to see y'all try to defend that, because y'all were the ones that were saying he was going to die the second that he got out. So why would he want to be around people that he cares about? That just doesn't make sense to me.
No, I definitely see where you're coming from. What do you think about the baby mama speaking to TMZ? Then, do you feel like that's not the best thing?
I feel that that's I feel like it can be personal situation. Like at the time that she had this child, like Tekashi could have been on his way to exploding, and she wants a piece of that. Now, I am against Tekashi maybe not taking care of them financially. Like I hope he's still wiring them money, because if he is, then I say leave. If he's not, then I'm like, well, Daniel, you got to send them some money. But if he's just not calling, and that he's just not calling, or he's not being like, oh, where's my baby? Then girl, you need to get a life, in my opinion, because y'all want to die or what?
I agree. I hope that he is financially helping them out, especially because we know he wants to make new music. He wants to just kind of start adapting his old lifestyle once it's safe. So I hope that he is financially helping them out. If that's the case, then I guess I will be understanding of this situation. But still, I'm like, there are ways to secretly reach out. Get a burner phone, call, and at least say hi, throw it away, and keep it pushing. Come on.
And
We've all seen enough mob movies.
I think there was like something in his release that said he can't use social media like that or directly anyway. I thought I read. So, I mean, it gets difficult. It's like, do you want to talk to your daughter and maybe have her killed, and then on top of that, go back to the Corona pod in jail, or what? Like that stuff, I would be like, I'm not calling nobody. Like, y'all could send a letter to my bodyguard.
Yes, and he does have this. He does have the social media thing, because remember he was joking with Mayor Garcetti about. Remember when Mayor Garcetti was like, if you see someone without a mask or a business not practicing the stay home, stay healthy initiative, like call and tell on them, snitch on them, and he was commenting and being funny on social media. So you are right about that.
We know that he was posting that himself.
That was what was alleged. That's what was alleged, and that's why he's not supposed to be on social media.
Yeah.
For things like
that's what I get afraid of. It's like, can someone post for him? Like, will he get in trouble if like Maddison was like, oh, I got this for you? Like, does Maddison go to jail? Does Daniel go to jail? Who goes to jail? I don't want no one to go to jail.
I don't want no, thank you.
Girl, you can't go to the pod, girl. Madison, you can't go to the pod. They be done dumped you, girl. I
can't. No way could I make a ramen burrito. I would not survive. Absolutely not. I've watched a lot of prison shows. I think I could maybe hold my own for a week, but any longer than a week, like, absolutely not. No.
You are silly.
Actually, I could go one of two ways. I could see myself like really not doing well, but then on the other hand, I could also see myself like kind of being like the block boss. You know what I mean? Like, just take
I'm here for
control.
it, Madison.
I could see it. I could see it both ways.
Everyone is like, okay, you could beat all of them up, but that one, oh, you don't touch Princess.
Don't touch.
Oh no, don't touch Hill Honey over there. Absolutely not. That's your pod name, Hill Honey. Oh
that's
yes.
my pod name. I love it.
Shout
out to Cloud Mags. I want to thank Kourtney and everyone else staying home, cutting their own damn hair, and not going to the barbers. Cloud Mags, thank you for pointing out Kourtney's hair looks so good.
Thanks. I don't want to show y'all because she's not lined up, but I mean, it looks good enough to get away with like an Instagram photo here or there. And also, I don't want to tease, but I had to cut my hair for a completely different reason that y'all will find out in less than 2 weeks.
Winking. I'm winking because I'm excited. Okay, sorry. Okay, let's get into this Blackpink news. I'm such a loser. I just get so excited whenever you do cool things. Okay, anyway, sorry. I don't know. I just get excited. Blackpink, you guys, their fans are still losing it over the fact that they're collabing with Lady Gaga. Literally, it's still all over Twitter. Her chromatic track list revealed, obviously, she's collabing with Blackpink, Ariana Grande, and Elton John, which I'm super excited about that as well. But Blackpink fans are literally still losing it. This is their kind of main push to finally get their girls mainstream. I think Coachella was a great first step. But then after Coachella, it kind of died down a little bit, and now this is bringing them back to light. And I'm really excited for Blackpink fans. Whenever your faves win, it's such an exciting time.
There was something, Madison. I'm unsure of the details. Maybe the blinks. I almost said the Blackpinkers. Y'all know how I default to like just adding ers on the end of a stand base name. But the blinks. Something happened with Blackpink and their record label or something, Madison, because there was like a hashtag like Save Blackpink or something like that. So maybe Lady Gaga was aware of this and she kind of did like a Taylor Swift with Kesha's whole thing. She paid off a little something for her, the court fees. She took Blackpink and said, okay, we're going to give these very, very talented young ladies a platform. It's like the platform, I feel.
I pictured Lady Gaga like swooping into the courtroom to save Blackpink, like in the Super Bowl. Like she just like nosedived into the courtroom, swooped up Blackpink, and decided to save them with Chromatica.
I'm ready. That song in particular is gonna smash the charts. I don't even know what it sounds like, what it's gonna sound like, but that will probably be the first #1 song, at least on the iTunes charts digitally when Chromatica comes out. Is that Blackpink feature for sure?
Completely agree. Wesley said, hashtag what Wesley say, Blackpink isn't treated as well as the male groups of their record label. That's what's up. And there we go, Wesley. That's some interesting tea.
He's white. I mean, white. He's right. The girl groups don't ever get they don't get as much or deserving recognition as the guys do. And that's why, and no shade to them at all, because they're also icons. That's why we consistently and constantly hear about BTS and never really about the girl groups.
Yeah. And honestly, you and I have talked about this because you've educated me about K-pop. I feel like there's a lot of politics when it comes to K-pop and a lot of things, I don't want to say that aren't right, but that aren't right. Like there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of blurred lines when it comes to management and the artists. I feel like there's a lot of shenanigans that are normalized in the K-pop community when it comes to managing. Yeah. But here, I feel like if something like that was happening, we would be like, hold up, wait a minute, we need to investigate.
My perception, and I can correct, so I guess I'll say to myself for once, I'm entitled to my own wrong opinion, but I perceive it as sort of like, almost like when they're young, it's like, well, do you want to be an idol? And I feel like the kids at that age are kind of like, well, I know what it is going to entail. It's going to be like this military style, like, girl, if I don't get the 8 counts and dye my hair light pink, like it's not going to happen. So I think because it's so normalized, people are okay with it over there.
No, for sure. For sure. And I agree with you. I mean, when you're little and someone comes to you and says, do you want to be a star? Of course, you're going to be like, okay, yeah, that sounds great. Without, knowing everything that goes into it. But let's go ahead and move on and get into this Billie Eilish Lil Pump story. So Billie Eilish recently went Instagram Live and she was playing piano in the dark, a very Billie Eilish situation. And Lil Pump was all up in the comments commenting incessantly. Like, he was doing heart eye emojis. He was asking to get on that beat. He was asking to take Billie on a date, to wife her up. Just really aggressively shooting his shot, pretty much.
I love Lil Pump. And I've only said this one other time on the show, but the reason why I love Lil Pump is because I feel like Lil Pump was sort of like the start of the SoundCloud rapper wave in terms of mainstream. And he blew up. He did Gucci Gang, put out the album, and then he literally, Maddison, took his money and purposely vanished. And for that, I will always be grateful. I will always respect him for that. Because if I could come out with a Gucci Gang Maddison and go away and y'all don't have to be bothered with me forever again and I go live in the forest and write songs forever and there it is, like, I would do that. So, I mean, I just look at it as, oh, there's Lil Pump coming out with a shenanigan. He's bored. Billie Eilish ain't playing him no more. Like, girl, whatever. Like, you know, I don't even look at it as anything serious.
Well, neither. I don't know if he was serious, but Billie Eilish was definitely not really feeling it. And I feel like she is kind of friends with all of those people, so I'm sure she kind of was catching his drift. But I want you guys to listen to her response of her just rejecting him right away, because it's hilarious. So you guys need to hear it. Take a listen. Take a listen and a look.
I can't even say what I'm laughing at. No thanks.
I don't know why that is like the no thanks. That sounds like something you would say.
No thanks. Maddison, literally, that whole entire thing was me. I can't even tell y'all what I'm laughing at. No thanks. Like, girl, back to the candlelight, girl. She said, anyway, back to the talent. Back to the girls that write their own songs. Like, girl. Woo! That was funny. Shout out to Billie Eilish. She's fun. I want her to make a song.
I agree. And that's what people were saying. People were like, her and Lil Pump, I would be here for it. Honestly, I think Billie Eilish is freaking hilarious. And I think because she is usually like so serious, people don't realize that she has that side to her. But I thought that was so funny. This was my favorite story on the docket today, to be honest.
Wow. It kind of leads me to think about, like, well, who will Billie Eilish date when the time comes? Whenever, you know, she's like, I'm ready to date. I wonder who that person will be. I'm curious.
Get out of my head. Get out of my head. Because literally when I was writing the story this morning, I was like, you know what? Billie Eilish literally hasn't publicly been linked to anyone. And at least at this point, even if she didn't date anyone, there would be someone that were like, ooh, they were flirting on Instagram, or ooh, blah, blah, blah. Like, not literally one person. And she never really talks about her dating life. So I agree. Whenever that time comes, it's going to be really interesting to see who she kind of publicly dates first, I guess.
It'll be interesting to see how she navigates it, because you already know people are going to be annoying. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they were about her coming out with her boobs out every single performance. So, like, I'm prepared for it, and I'm sure she's prepared for it as well.
Exactly. Okay, let's move on and talk about Ariana Grande. So she posted on her Instagram story these videos from a filmmaker who said that memes are degrading the entire value of art. Then she said that she doesn't like people who impersonate her on TikTok. She said, quote, "Can this please also double as your impersonation of the ponytail TikTok girls who think doing the Cat Valentine voice and that wearing winged eyeliner and a sweatshirt is doing a good impersonation of me?" So she wants the impersonations on TikTok to stop. What do you think about that?
No.
I know.
Sorry, girl. You decided that you wanted to walk around in a ponytail and let that be your branding, and you wanted to date Pete and wear nothing but sweatshirts down to your kneecaps. And unfortunately for you, you don't like it. However, you're a celebrity and people don't have to stop, especially when people are now making money off of it. Now, if that little girl, yes, she's very strange, the one that does exactly what she's talking about, that girl, I'm sure she has a bag now. And if I was her, I wouldn't be paying Lil Ariana no mind. That's not shade to Ariana. Y'all know I love Ariana. She is my mutual since 2013. But you can't stop nobody from doing nothing, girl. You're going to shut TikTok down. You're going to buy it and make that a rule in the terms of service. Other than that, good night and go. That's dumb.
No, I completely agree. To me, I'm just kind of like, that's what comes with the territory. It is what it is. Not to quote Demi Lovato, but sorry, not sorry. It is what it is.
Girl.
But let's go
Yeah.
ahead and yes, let's get into this couples therapy. So if you want to do
Ooh.
the hashtag couples therapy, I saw that yesterday in the chat and I loved it. We're going to get into our celebrity couple news, kicking it off with Gigi Hadid and Zayn Malik. So there's a new report from Hollywood Live saying that Gigi and Zayn are officially back together, which we already knew, but they are also quarantining together. This is new info for us. They're both in Pennsylvania with Gigi's family. They have like a farm ranch up there with horses, all of that good stuff. Gigi is reportedly trying to make the best of this current situation. The source said that this has been good for her and Zayn's relationship because a lot of things that typically put stress on the relationship are not present, like Gigi's hectic work schedule. And Gigi's birthday is today, everybody. Happy birthday, Gigi
Happy
Hadid.
birthday, Gigi.
And she doesn't mind spending her birthday at home with her family and Zayn. The source said that she's not much of a party girl anyway, so it's fine. When this is over, she'll just have a celebration with her close friends.
Okay, now I'm so glad that the story came up in the docket because, as you guys all have known, I've annoyingly been trying to catch up on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So I wonder, because here's my connection. I wonder what Yolanda is Gigi's mom, who was on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I wonder how Yolanda, like, what she thinks of Zayn and like how he acts, and you know when they're not together, how she feels about him during those times. What is that dynamic like right now?
Right. So the source said that he does get along well with her family. But while I do believe that, I agree with you because Gigi and Zayn have had a very on and off again relationship. And I feel like as a parent, of course you're going to support your child. And, you know, we've talked about how sometimes even if someone feels like they need to be in the relationship, you don't think it's right, sometimes you just have to close your mouth and let them experience it and go through it themselves. But I agree with you. I wonder what this dynamic is like because Gigi and Zayn have been so on again, off again. I mean, quarantining with her and her family is a big commitment. And we know that he's like sometimes very quiet and brooding and isn't really engaging. And I kind of picture the Hadids being like, we're all together all the time. You know what I mean?
Downstairs, let's sing around the piano.
Yeah, like we're all going for a horseback ride. They're not British. I don't know why I used a British voice, but you know what I mean.
I would just love to be a fly on the wall in that situation. Like, I wonder what that's like. Like, I wonder, like, what, like, if what Zayn and Yolanda chat about. You know what I mean? I just wonder, like, what is that? And y'all going through tumultuous stuff. I feel like Gigi kind of like heals him. Does Yolanda feel as though Zayn is taking advantage?
That's a very good point. Very good point. I mean, I guess.
You know what I mean?
Right. I guess now they're on a good leg of their relationship. I guess this has been helping them, but I agree with you. A good leg. I mean, Gigi does have a good leg, so yeah, it kind of works. Kind of works. They're on a good run. But I think it'll be interesting to see what happens when this is over because if being in quarantine together is like the thing that's keeping their relationship super strong, obviously at some point, even though we don't know when, things are going to have to start returning back to normal. So it'll be interesting to see if they can carry over that strength once this all is done.
Maddison, I have a question.
Yes. Uh-oh.
Do you think that we could get or we should get Zayn and Dua feature?
Ooh, why'd you have to do my Dua like that? Oh God.
Dua and Zayn. Dua and Zayn. I think that's a recipe. That's a recipe, Madison. Because Dua could go dark.
To hear it.
But she could also bring Zayn out into the light. You know what I mean? Dua got the power.
Okay. All right. Wait, wasn't Dua and Anwar? Weren't Dua and Anwar hooking up?
Oh yes.
The
I think they're together right now, girl.
What if they're all quarantined together right now? Then this could already be happening. Okay.
That's what I want.
All right, you convinced me. Okay, let's move on and talk about Miley and Cody. So, during a recent interview with the Sydney Herald, Cody said that while he believes in marriage, he hasn't thought about it too much because he still feels he's too young to get married. So now we are hearing how Miley Cyrus feels about those comments. And a source told Hollywood Live that Miley is open to the idea of marriage again at some point, but right now she's reportedly just enjoying her time with Cody. The source said that she will cross that marriage bridge when she comes to it. So she was not
I
offended
don't
by
see
his
Miley
comments
getting
at all.
married
And
till she's
honestly,
30.
right, I never thought that she would be upset with Cody's comments.
Yeah, no, I don't see Miley getting married until at least she's 30. That's what I think, Madison. I don't see her getting married no time soon at all. And that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nothing wrong with not getting married, but I don't see her doing that, especially not with Cody today. Today.
Well,
Who knows where
that's
they'll be at when she's 30, but if they'll even still be together when she's 30. But I don't see her getting married within the next 3 years. I just don't.
if Miley Cyrus and Cody Simpson get married, we're gonna have to physically eat crow because we're gonna be like, wow, they're continuing the sham to the altar. Like, what is happening?
Madison, all I will do is wish them well. I said, go off. Go off. Please go. Can I be the flower
Enjoy.
girl? I would love to go to a wealthy
Done.
wedding. Please. I will gladly be the flower girl. Yes. Go. Y'all got cocktails? Ooh, what you got on that tray over there, sir? Yes, I'll take 3. Thank you. I'm ready for that. When is one of the celebrities that we talk about gonna invite us to the wedding, Madison?
I'm ready.
Tea time,
I
all white
am
library. Kanye, it's good.
ready. I'm ready. I'm ready to go. I know a lot about weddings. I will make sure we're prepared. I will make sure we are the greatest guests, but then also make sure that we do partake in the libations and get all the tea for the tea tribe. So
They
that'll
gonna have good
happen. That
champagne.
will happen one day. One day. Okay, let's move on and talk about Cardi B and Offset because this is a
Okay.
situation. So there's this Instagram model, and I'm going to use that term loosely. Her name is Mita Brea, and she posted on her Instagram that Offset had looked at her Instagram story and then started following her. So, of course, once the internet and some of the blogs got a hold of this, people started going off saying, ooh, Offset's creeping on this girl. Offset was spotted, checking out other girls on Instagram, that whole situation. Now she has defended Offset. She posted on her Instagram again a video of her scrolling through a news article about her and Offset's interaction with the caption, "This was sent to me this morning, and wow, it's not like that. SMH, y'all fiending to say he cheating and he not. He can't even view a fan expletive without y'all thinking negative of him, and I'm not even 20. The F." So the reason why I wanted to bring this up, normally I feel like if Offset was seen, creeping on somebody's Instagram, if we even want to say that, we wouldn't really talk about it because she just discounted it and said it's not what you guys think. However, what's interesting is his ex and one of the mother of his children, Shia LaMoure, shared a text conversation between her and Offset recently.
I
And it
saw
was a
that, girl.
conversation from 2018. And this is after he had already met Cardi. And it's showing him asking her if he can have it one more time, aka, can they hook up one more time? And she posted and said, I was going to refrain from posting, but him and his hoe too disrespectful after I've been trying to be cordial and empathetic. I found out same time the world did that he was married and he's been cut off since then. Stop expletive-ing playing with my name.
Now, the second part of that is heavily, 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 heavily questionable because I believe that was around the time that was like right before Cardi and Offset got married. So that was like, ooh, that does not look good on Offset. Going back to the initial part of the story, Madison. Now, I don't see there being anything wrong with like looking at a hot guy's Instagram or following hot guys on Instagram because I do. You go through my follow list, girl, there'd be some good looking men in there, and there's nothing wrong with that. However, it becomes more questionable when we know in the past there has been like an infidelity issue with Offset. So then it's like, well, why would you do that? Now, aside from all of that, my question is, and I'm not even trying to provoke anything, but I wonder why would Offset need to follow somebody that's 19 years old if he's married with a child and a fan? That's the only question I have. Like, what about her profile, or like, do you know her a little bit, or did you see her in the front row of a crowd? Like, why did you feel the need to follow this 19-year-old fan? That's the only question I have.
And I agree with you. I think it is a little weird, but even I'll just go out on a limb to say that I'm sure sometimes maybe celebrities, they just start following and unfollowing. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt with this fan situation. Following, unfollowing, maybe she tagged him in a lot of things, he looked at it, whatever. As far as the whole ex and the baby, the baby mama situation, I feel like he's got some explaining to do on that. And I feel like with these things happening back to back, like we had the obviously this text conversation and then this whole Instagram following issue, I feel like because they happen back to back, it makes it worse. Like, if we just had this text conversation, we would have talked about it. We've been like, oh, well, she is taking him to court. Obviously, she wants a higher child support payment. Like, I'm sure she's starting to air some things, whatever. But with it back to back and the fact, like you said, he has past infidelity, I don't know. Something just is a little off to me.
So he looked at her Instagram story and followed her, but you and I in the media, we don't know if they have talked today. As of
She
today.
has not said. Right. She has not said that they talked because she's saying, like, everyone's blowing this out of proportion. She's just a fan and he was just showing a fan love. That's essentially what she's chalking it up to.
Well, I have to be honest, Maddison. If I was that girl and Offset was DMing me, I wouldn't say nothing. And I would be doing exactly what she's doing. Not saying that that's what the case is, but because we all know for a fact that the people that in the past that have been accused of infidelities with Offset, they have been like beaten up or threatened, whatever. If I were this young lady, especially being 19 years old and can't afford security and can't afford anything but trying to get a degree, I would be lying too if I were cheating with Offset, if I were, whatever. So is she smart or is Offset just focused on his family is the question. What do you guys think?
No, I feel like people are really not here for Offset. Lizzie said Offset is a liar and a cheater and always will be, and that's that, period. And then Gwendolyn said, I hope females keep telling on him. And then a lot of people, especially DCH, are bringing up the whole him hiding his phone situation. Yeah. And that was recent as well. And although he said that had nothing to do with what people thought he was doing, it's all of these, you know how we always say, if we hear a lot of consistent reports, a lot of consistently negative things, we hear a lot of the same thing. As long as there's consistency, that's when I start to kind of question, okay, there might be some truth to this. And we're unfortunately getting a lot of consistency. I want it out there that I don't want Offset to be cheating on Cardi B, regardless. I hope that none of this is true.
Yeah. My thing is the young lady or Offset's baby's mother that we were talking about in the second half of the story, she also said that Cardi threatened her and DM'd her and said or wherever she said. And so it's like, if I were that girl seeing when the Offset looked at my Instagram story and followed me, I would not be saying nothing. Because what if Maddison, just playing devil's advocate, what if through all of this, the girl is also a Cardi fan? Yeah, I want to sleep with her husband, but also, girl, I got my bloody shoes on. So like, awkward.
Okay, let's go ahead and move on and get into this Kim, Khloe, and Tristan and the Scott and Sofia news. So go ahead and turn your volumes down for
Jenner Tito. Hello to everyone in my empty living room.
Hello. Okay, the first thing we're talking about is Kim Kardashian. This is going to be real quick. She shared on her Instagram, and I just love this, that their grandma, MJ, Chris's mom, has a secret Instagram account that she uses to creep on her granddaughters. Kim did not share the Instagram account because obviously MJ does not want followers. She doesn't want people coming to her. She just wants to have an account to look at her grandchildren. But I freaking love that, and I'm so here for MJ having a Finsta.
That's cute. I love that. And I want to follow her even though she won't let me. But I think that that's cute because, like, we live in an age where, like, a phone call is, like, just the basic whatever. Girl, we have video chat, messenger, what have you. So, like, if you're able to see a picture of your grandchild every day in a nice, beautiful bikini or hanging out with the girls, like, why not? At least they're not telling her she can't have one.
No,
she's gonna
exactly.
See them anyway.
And I think...
open up the magazine.
Right. And I think I love it so much because my grandma has an Instagram too, but she literally doesn't post, like nothing. It's literally just to look at my sister and I so she can know we're alive because we don't obviously live with our parents anymore. But that's, you know what I mean? And it's so she can check up on us. And I felt like that was such a relatable thing. And I agree with you. And I think it's so great because even, yes, going to the supermarket, whenever she opens up the magazine, it's going to have something absurd written all over it. And so how great, this is just a way that she can, every day at least go see what they're posting. And that when she's talking to her friend, she pulls that up and is like, did you see what Kim's doing today? And I don't know. I just think it's very relatable, and I love it. Love
I
MJ.
love that. I'm glad that she also keeps up with the Kardashians in her own way.
Right? Exactly. Okay, let's move on and talk about this Khloe and Tristan situation.
Okay.
So, let me clear my throat and make sure my nausea subsides. So, in a new promo for Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Khloe is seen having a talk with Kendall and Kourtney about freezing her eggs. This is her new storyline. She's sticking to it and she's running with it. She said that her doctor told her it's better to freeze fertilized embryos because then they're able to run DNA testing and see which ones are healthiest, obviously, before they put them in and Khloe can try to have another baby. Obviously, in order to fertilize the egg, that would require Khloe to have a sperm donor, which she revealed that she does have one. And Kendall literally did not see this coming, and it's fantastic, and you guys need to see this clip.
Have a sperm donor, but
You do?
yeah,
Can I see a picture?
Tristan. Oh my god.
Can I see a picture?
I thought you like went to a bank.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I'm dead that they're laughing.
Kendall's like,
go to a bank like poor people. No, like that. Like, do y'all watch the same show that I be watching? Because I'm just sitting at the TV like, yo, this is so stupid. Like, they're literally like, I have a smoking. Oh my god, who? Tristan. And then you went to a bank. And then in parentheses, like those people down there at the bottom of the hill. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Maddison, wrap the show up, put it in a Trader Joe's bag, and throw it in the garbage. I am not glad that this crisis is happening, but I am glad that TV production has halted. Because if I can't get Real Housewives of Potomac at the beginning of May and I have to wait until later in the summer, y'all don't deserve Kardashians until 2022. Don't ever let them out the house. I'm over it.
we're literally the only two people who stand Real Housewives of Potomac. And I love it. I want to shout out Meryl. Thank you so much. She did the like vomiting emoji. It's so real.
That's how I feel.
But I agree with you. I felt the exact same way. I felt it was like, oh my God, I would never go to a sperm bank. I'm like, really? I'm like, I feel like you could definitely afford to go to a good sperm bank and be like, I want the one who's as smart as Albert Einstein, who looks like a model. Like, you could really customize. She has the money to customize this situation, this little baby. But I just thought Kendall was literally like us to be like, are you serious? Khloe went on to say that she did have a talk with Tristan about him being her sperm donor. So they've gone from now joking about this to being 1000% serious. She said it's tough because they're not together. And if he were to donate his sperm, he would have to sign legal paperwork that says he is strictly the sperm donor and nothing more. Like, he doesn't have any parental rights over the child.
He don't need to see the baby or nothing like that. I bet you Khloe wish
I feel like
had
that's
that.
like his dream situation.
Well, then she need to put it in writing for all the babies. That's what I want. And Jordan Craig, girl, we're gonna whisper in your ear and slide you that paperwork too, and you sign this too, since you don't see him anyway. Go right on ahead. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to be a father, girl? That's fine. Tristan, it is so fine. Because listen, there is a man out there that is looking at Khloe Kardashian's pictures right now, and he said, listen, I am ready to marry this crazy clown woman. So leave her alone. If you want to donate, go right on ahead. As long as you sign in a way that we don't have to deal with you. If you feel like you don't want to go right on over there and keep on playing basketball till we get tired of you and somebody asks you to read someone's teleprompter. Honestly.
And I will say, Khloe did mention that the thing that's making her a little bit unsure is the fact, like, what if she gets married 3 years down the line and then she wants to have a baby with her husband? But I'm still just like,
you look at your sister. You surrogate mom.
Right. Also, I just feel like we all know that they're together right now. So I'm like, what husband are you thinking of marrying? Like, we all know the situation that's trying to be kept a secret, but it's not a secret.
That husband?
Literally. I'm like, I'm sorry. What? What was that? What? We have to remember that these were filmed a while ago. So these were filmed probably when Khloe was still in her stage of, I'm not giving Tristan the time of day. We're not crossing that line again. But since then, the lines have been crossed.
Maddison, they're tired. Khloe and Tristan are both tired. Someone please take care of them babies. That's all I care about. Watch over them because
Agreed.
the parents are a mess.
I'm laughing because D-Rock said they really think their audience drinks stupid juice. And I think
Gulping
that's
it.
so funny.
Gulping it. They think that
Gulping
there are
it.
people like
And
on the edge of their
honestly,
seat.
there are people who don't watch the morning tea that should, obviously. Don't know what's their issue there. But there are people who don't watch the morning tea who literally are like on the edge of their seat thinking that this is going to bring them together. And I just think it's hilarious because there's a whole army of us out there that are just like, hi, welcome, get with the picture. We've known this for months. And that's what Adelina
Yeah,
said. She said, I think this is a ploy to warm us up on them getting back or being back together. I agree. This is painting Tristan in the best light. Look at him. He's
of
being
course.
selfless. He's co-parenting with Khloe. He's willing to give her another child. He's going to, give a part of him so she can be a mom again. This is setting it all up for us to be like, yay, Tristan, when we all know that that's just not the case.
And then when the quarantine over, he gonna go and sleep with somebody, and then what? We gonna get dragged.
Also,
for
I
saying
just
that
have
she's
to
a
point
client?
out, right. I have to point out Katarina because she made a really good point. Khloe has half sisters. Why is she so anti? And that's a
Ooh,
very interesting point.
ooh, 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 ooh. I feel like there seems to be, with Khloe specifically, this like true blood, not like the show, but like it has to be like a true Kard Jenner baby type deal. I don't know if I'm a fan of that, Madison. I kind of enjoyed the fact that Kim said, okay, I'm gonna have this baby, I'm gonna have a surrogate over here, and no matter what, these are my children, and that's just that on that. I enjoyed that, but it seems as though Khloe doesn't have the same ideals.
Right. Well, and even the surrogate, it's still, when it comes to DNA, it's still Kim and Kanye's. It's just a woman's
I
literally the
feel like
vessel. But
Khloe like wants to have the baby. You
it's
know
kind
what
of
I
like
mean? And
it's
it
almost like a
doesn't.
royal family. Like the royal
Yeah,
family way of thinking. I think that's where you're going. Yeah.
yeah, girl, it's tired.
No. Okay, let's move on and get into this Scott and Sophia news. So, you guys remember earlier this week, we filled you in on how Scott Disick was seen leaving Kourtney Kardashian's house after her 41st birthday. They were loading things into a car. He had an overnight bag. And
Mm.
it looked bad, but you and I kind of put that fire out in everyone's brains, and we're like, everyone, let's hold on. Like, we don't think anything was going on. And I'm happy to say that we were right because
Of
now we know how
course.
Sophia feels about the situation. So, this is a new report from Hollywood Life. The source said that Sophia had, quote, no issues with Scott spending time with Kourtney on her birthday. The source said that Sophia knows, quote, that they have a lot of history together and appreciates how well they co-parent. She respects the relationship they have. The insider went on to share that Sophia is secure with her relationship with Scott. And then a
Hey.
second source reiterated that at first, there was animosity, obviously, between her and Kourtney, which we talked about at nauseum. But now it is gone. She is reportedly very mature and understands that kids need both of their parents, even if they aren't together. And Scott reportedly loves that Sophia is like this and thinks this way because the less drama for him, the better.
And the easier it will be for them to move when the time comes. Before we really get into that, I think we have like over 1,000 Tea Tribe people in here. So if you're here to see Scott and Sophia and you want that tea, be sure to give this video a thumbs up because it helps us out a lot. And if you want to be our bestie, that's the way to do it.
Yay! Also, I just looked now that I was giving our video a thumbs up. Last time I looked, we were at 1.42 million subscribers, and now we're at 1.43. So I'm going to celebrate that too. Yay!
Girl, we growing. They lucky it's not Shambong Friday, girl, because I would break it out right now. But
I
will
know.
say, I'm glad that Sophia is so mature. I feel like at the beginning of their relationship, we and other people were like, she's young and what does she know about real relationships? But I think that at least as of now, she has shown us that like she's kind of in it, or it appears as though she's really in it for the long haul with Scott. And I feel like she's realized that during this period, if she just plays ball, she can have it all in the long game. Which is to
Look
have
at that
her
rhyme.
somewhere else.
Yes, I agree. And I was definitely one of those haters. When Scott and Sophia first got together and Sophia was 19, I mean, I was one of those people who was like, she's 19. What are you doing with someone who's in there? Like, that was me to a T. I did not understand it. I couldn't wrap my mind around it. I felt like, Sofia was getting involved in a situation that honestly no 19, 20-year-old needs in their life. Like, you have a lot going on in your young adulthood already. You don't need drama with your boyfriend's ex and his 3 children. Like, that's a lot for anybody, a celebrity or normal person. That's a lot. But I agree with you. I think she showed a lot of maturity and a lot of strength in her relationship with Scott. And I think her maturity is part of the reason they're together. She also has to be one patient woman. Clearly she's not a Taurus, because we would have not put up with this long. Like, I just don't have patience for that.
I would have been giving my man the it's them or me. And if you're not coming with me, I'm taking me and my fake ponytail and my Lionel Richie vocals, and we are out. Goodbye. Have fun behind the gate.
No.
I'm gonna go and build my neighborhood somewhere else.
Exactly. Tiffany said Sofia is letting Scott shine. Everything is on Scott's terms. Tiffany, you're not wrong. And I think she's trying to do better at that. Like, she's talked about how she wants to do acting. Really, her dad has been the one who's like, she has a lot of talent. She can do this and she can do that. I agree with you. I think for the most of the part of their relationship, Scott has been the one who's in the spotlight and the one who's leading and the one who's shining. I think it will be interesting to see if he is supportive when she starts kind of taking the lead, because I think that's going to start happening here soon.
You know what I think? Another reason why Sofia is sticking around, one, for Scott, but I also think that she wants to be taken seriously. And I think that that's maybe the disconnect between Scott and Kourtney and Scott and the family in general, is that I get the overall sense that, like, Sofia wants to be taken seriously. Like you just said, she wants to be an actress. She wants to model. She wants to do all these things that will help her be taken seriously, because really the only people in the family that are taken seriously in a business sense are Kylie and Kendall, unfortunately. And so
You're right.
I get it. I get why Scott would find that attractive about Sofia. I understand why he would still put up with the Kardashians, because that is now his family that took care of him when his biological family passed on. So I get it. He's in the middle, but it sounds as though he's really trying to manage it, and he's not being like a jerk about it. And that's something that I can appreciate.
I agree. And, Scott is no saint. Scott has had his wrongdoings. He was not faithful. He partied. He did those things. But I think the difference here, and we talk about this a lot, is Scott has owned up to his actions. Scott has showed remorse, and he has showed growth. I still think to this day, it does have to bother Kourtney a little bit that he experienced this growth with somebody else. And she probably will never verbally admit that, because, he is so happy with Sofia, and they are very strong and they are very happy. But I do think on some level, for Kourtney, it's hard to see Scott be this man that she wanted for so long with somebody else. I think that would still be hard.
It's hard, Maddison, but that's life. That's life. Sometimes you're with somebody and you build that person up and they move on with someone else. I think you have to realize sometimes that when you see that person move on with someone else and you see them be the person that you wanted them to be, I think there has to be the realization that that person was never going to be that person for you during that time. Because at the end of the day, we as people, we're going to do whatever we want to do no matter what. You know what I mean? So if you're going to be a good boyfriend or a good spouse, you're going to be that with the person that you feel like deserves it. I know it stings and I know it hurts, but it's true.
No, exactly. And color and contour me. Christy said, love is not always enough. Miley said, amen. And Mercedes says, honestly, this must be a big life lesson for Kourtney. And I agree. And
now,
you know what?
Bella.
We got to keep growing and pushing.
Let me read Bella real quick, Madison. Bella said Kourtney emasculated Scott and Sofia makes him feel needed. That is what Scott wanted, to feel needed.
I can see that on a level.
Despite everything that Scott did in the beginning, I will say that there were some points that Kourtney was very nasty and not exactly patient or understanding. Understandably so in some situations, but it's an awful situation, but it is a life lesson that I will applaud the Jenners for bringing to the surface because so many people are Kourtney and they don't even realize it, Maddison. And it's a shame.
No, because sometimes two more things. I just feel like a lot of people who are sometimes like Kourtney, they almost feel like this sense of being proud that they're mean and hurtful. Like it's kind of like, oh, I'm such a bitch. Like,
Yeah.
And while I understand, like, okay, yeah, having confidence and all of that is great, but I feel like you shouldn't pride yourself on tearing others down. I don't think you should, you shouldn't pride yourself on being like, literally, I know people who like that who are like, oh my God, I'm such a bitch. Like, and it's like, okay, like, I think there's a difference between acting like that and standing up for yourself. And I feel like Kourtney, when she was younger, was kind of that person of like, I'm so proud to be this way. And really, now that she's older, she's probably looking back and saying, why was I like that? Like, that's nothing to be proud of. You know what I mean?
And confidence is not loud. It's not obnoxious. And it's not abrasive. You know what I mean? You can walk into a room and don't say nothing to nobody and it's confidence. You get what I'm saying? I wish that. And it's so crazy because she is like, I feel like the Jenners are almost kind of like they want to be like the leaders in confidence. Like, look how good our body looks. Look how we come up out the pool. Like, you know what I mean? And it always kind of felt like, at least now, Kourtney is not so secure. And I wonder why that is.
Yeah, no, completely agree. I'm glad we added those last few things. I just needed like a few more snippets. I'm so happy. All right, guys, that is all the time we have. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, and thank you so much for sharing the morning tea. We got up to over 1,000 today, so thank you so much for doing that. Please continue to share and spread the word of the morning tea. We would be so appreciative if you did. Also, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure your notifications are on. All of those things helps make it easier for you to find us in the mornings. In the meantime, please make sure you're also following us on social media. We got Instagram, we got Twitter, we got TikTok. We also have our own individual YouTube channels. You can find me at Maddison Hill.
And me at Kourtney Revolution, Sunday at noon for the Green Chair Chats.
Yes, go tune into Kourtney's Green Chair Chats. I should have a new video coming out later today, if not tomorrow, but my goal is today. I'm trying to get on my YouTube game. I'm trying to make Kourtney proud of me, you guys. I'm trying. So
Madison,
please make sure to check us out.
I am proud of you because you hold it down.
Thank you.
Period.
Thank you. I'm proud of you too. You're killing it. So thank you guys so much. Also make sure to give Hit It Leo and Shambong Dave lots of love on social media as well. And we'll be back tomorrow for my birthday and Shambong Friday. Wow, could that have happened? We'll see you guys tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Bye, guys.
Bye. Now wash your hands, Leo. You better wash your hands and just wash your hands and wash your hands and just wash your hands. Wash your hands and just wash your hands and wash your hands and just wash your